This is Hank Sullivan with Sullivan Forbes, and I'm at the Wren home today. We're going to be doing a kitchen remodel for the Wrens. A couple things about their kitchen that they just don't like. First of all, they've got a family room way over here that they can't access from the kitchen because of this wall. They want this wall to go away. So the other thing is that we have a breakfast room over here on this side that is less than a breakfast room. I'll show it to you in just a moment. But the problem is that they don't need that breakfast room. They need more kitchen, and they want to be able to see the family room from the kitchen. So we're going to have a whole new design for them. It's going to be a separate island out here in the middle. That wall is going to go away, and the kitchen's going to expand and take in this entire area. And that way they can get to their family room from the kitchen. Someone can be in the family room, someone can be in the kitchen, and they can actually communicate because this wall won't be here. So that's going to be real important. Now I'm set up so that you can see the breakfast room, or lack thereof. It's really kind of a minuscule breakfast room. So the new kitchen is going to trace out this entire area. The refrigerator is going to be there, double oven is going to be there, that window is going to go away. Triple window is going to go in the middle. Kitchen sink's going to move down to the center here. That wall goes away, and they're going to have a great, grand, spanking island out here in the middle, and that's going to be the new breakfast room because it's going to have a raised bar on the outside. So anyone who's eating breakfast is going to be seated at this bar. Now I'm standing in front of the family room. This is the wall that's going to go away. That's going to open up the area between the kitchen and the family room. A couple of things we had to do in here. I wanted to make sure that this wall wasn't holding anything up. So we had our drywall contractor come in this morning. We cut a couple of holes to see what was supporting the second floor. Lo and behold, nothing is being supported by this wall. So we can move this wall and we won't have to worry about anything sagging from upstairs. So this is working out very well. This is Chris Adams. He's our drywall contractor, and he's patching the holes that we cut into the ceiling to see how everything's stacked. There's one hole, and he's about to patch the other one. And he's making short order of it. We're going to leave the folks in good stead for Christmas after we've done a little bit of discovery on their second floor. Now you can tell we've done some work in here. We've demolished this wall that used to be here that separated the kitchen from the family room, and now you'll be able to see what we had in mind in the first place. Now anyone who's in the kitchen can talk with anyone who's in the family room, and these two areas now work together as one area. In addition to that, we've had to reroute some plumbing. I'm going to show you that in just a minute, but when we removed the sheetrock on the back wall, we ended up with a plumbing pipe right in the middle of our window. So we had to reroute that. I'm going to show it to you. This is the kind of stuff that happens in remodeling work all the time, and each time you have to devise a method that's going to accomplish the goal of the plan. So I'll show you that in just a moment. Now this is the back wall of the kitchen. The kitchen sink is going to be right here. The kitchen sink used to be over to my right about 2 feet. We put in a new window up in here, but what we found when we opened this up was that this pipe went all the way up through and exited the roof. There was a dry stack that went all the way up that vented the kitchen sink, and there was also a 3-inch line that ran straight down through here that caught the commode and the bathroom upstairs. So all that had to be moved. We didn't really know that was going to happen when we got into this, but when we opened up the wall, that's what we found. You just have to react to it. Get your plumber out here. We discussed the alternatives, and the alternatives meant that what we would do is tie that commode stack down in the floor, and I'll show you that in just a moment. We went over about 4 joist bays and then ran it up to the roof, brought it back over, and then tied it back into its original position. On the dry stack for the kitchen sink, we ran that over and around the window the opposite way and then tied it back in, and I'll show you that. Here's the kitchen sink again from a different angle. We routed this 3-inch line over through 4 TGI joists and then turned them up the wall and then back across, and they tie into their original position. And now here's the vent for the kitchen sink. You'll see we've elbowed over several times. We go around the window, straight up,
and then tie it back in to the original vent that was above the window. And there's our window. On the other side of that plastic, that's the family room that we're trying to connect to the kitchen. And here's our new island. Now out in the island, there's going to be a downdraft cooktop. And what we have in the floor there is the vent. There's also a gas line because they're going from electric to a gas cooktop. And this is a 42-inch high knee wall. We'll have a 6-inch backsplash, and there'll be decorative panels on the back. And that's Ricky the dog. I don't know where Lucy is. This is the outlet for the downdraft vent. Came out right between the bolt and the joist. Couldn't have been more perfect. All right, now the last time we were in the Wren's kitchen, there was a wall that went all the way around, separating the kitchen from the family room. That was the major objection of this kitchen, aside from the kitchen cabinets themselves. So we're killing two birds in one stone by removing this wall, moving the window down, creating an island out in the center. Come over here. And this is going to be a raised bar top that goes all the way around, so they'll have probably 6 or 7 seatings around this bar top. On the inside face of it, we've got our cooktop here. It's going to have a pop-up hood vent, and which downdrafts to the outside. And what this is the template for the granite. This is granite template day. You wonder how they make all these great designs with granite. Well, they make a template out of these materials. This is glued together. They take this back to the shop, they digitize it, and they run it on a computer, and the computer actually makes the cuts on the granite. So it's a very precise method that they employ. Talking about the countertop here, we're going to have a 1-foot overhang on this side. It's going to be rounded, so there'll be one seat potentially right here. Then the rest of it, all the other seating arrangements are going to be on this side. We're going to, in the center, we'll have a 16-inch overhang. It'll go back to 6 inches on the corner, 6 inches on that corner, so it's going to be nice and rounded, so anyone sitting here can kind of look and see anyone else who's sitting here. Other things we're doing in here today are sanding down the ceilings, because we had to pull this wall out. Then, of course, we had to repair the sheetrock in here. We're sanding all that down, and we're going to paint all of the ceilings with a whole new, brand new coat of paint. While we're here, we're fixing all the sheetrock in a lot of the other areas that were damaged over the years. And back over towards this side, Thomas is making the template. The kitchen sink goes right here. So we discussed how to cut the granite. We can't do this in one sheet, so it's going to be 2 sheets. We're going to center the cuts between that piece and this piece right on the kitchen sink. So there's only a little bit of a reveal here and a little bit of a reveal here. So we've got a lot going on in the Wren's house today. This is our bar wall. The bar wall is going to resemble the cabinets in that each one of these is going to be a panel that looks like a cabinet door. This is our overhang on this side. There's going to be several seating arrangements around here. So when you come in the front door, this is what you're going to see. There's also going to be some decorative corbels here that hold up the bar top. So the bar top starts here, comes out in a radius fashion, corbel, and it's all going to look great when we get done.